Hey, this is Chris from StockSpot. Now, if you're in your 50s, 60s, or 70s, I'm going to be talking in this video about the four things I think you need to prioritize with your investments to get the best outcomes. And the first thing is capital preservation. Now, it comes as no surprise probably to you that as you approach retirement and you get into your 50s and 60s and 70s, the potential impact from a market drawdown becomes bigger and harder to recover. So preserving your capital becomes more important than growing your capital. And that really comes down to getting the right asset allocation, the right mix of defensive investments and growth investments in your portfolio overall to mitigate the chance that you're going to see an unrecoverable drawdown over that period. The second one is really balancing the need for more income, which people need in their retirement years, versus diversification, because I see too many retirees gearing up their portfolios with very concentrated bets on certain sectors of the market. It might be real estate investment trusts or other property businesses or bank shares, where they become too concentrated in those sectors and therefore are taking too much risk. And so they're really losing out on diversification, even though they've geared up the income. In our StockSpot income portfolio, our Topaz income portfolio, we've really tried to balance this need by adding some extra income while not sacrificing on diversification. And this is an important consideration if you're in the 50s, 60s, or 70s. The next one is that you need to think about tax efficiency. So as you become closer to those retirement years and those drawdown years, you have more options in terms of drawing down capital in a tax efficient way and structuring your affairs to be more tax efficient. This is an area where it often pays to get advice from an accountant or a tax advisor to make sure you've structured everything in a way that's going to save you as much money as possible. And then the final tip I have is systematic rebalancing becomes even more critical at this age. Now, when you're younger, you can probably afford for your portfolio to drift further and further away from its target weights. And usually this means becoming more and more risky. But as you get closer to retirement or even into those post-retirement years, if you allow your portfolio to drift away, it becomes too risky and therefore not appropriate for you. And again, you can sacrifice on your potential for a big market drawdown if you're not ready for it. So we would recommend annual or threshold-based rebalancing, which is what we use at StockSpot to make sure your portfolio doesn't get too far out of kilter with the right asset allocation if you do. And they're my four tips that I think will put you in a great position to achieve your financial goals and dreams if you're in your 50s, 60s, and 70s, investing super or non-super.